Hi, my name is Andy and I will teach you how to trade using the TDI indicator, therefore following the trader's dynamic index strategy. Now, first of all, it has to be said that the TDI indicator, which is this one right here, loaded in a separate window at the bottom of the chart, was designed mostly to trade with the trend, and it was designed to work alone. Well, it doesn't need to work alone. However, by using it, you will eliminate probably the need to use any other indicator that you will have on the chart. So it will leave the chart clear. You can focus on the signals that the candles are making and use the TDI indicator to spot the entries and the exits of the trades you are following with the trend. Now, first of all, the trader's dynamic index was designed to trade with the trend. And for that, we have the yellow line, the TDI yellow line, that is used to reflect the trend that the price makes on the chart. Now, in this example, the price is falling, or the yellow line is falling, let's say from this moment until somewhere here. And this is exactly what the price does. And focusing on the yellow line, it rises from this moment in time until somewhere in this area, and this is exactly what the price does again, and then it falls and so on. So the TDI yellow line follows the price moves, and if you want the yellow line, if you want the TDI indicator to spot the trend, to determine the trend on the higher time frames, all you have to do is zoom out the chart, determine the trend first. That's a downtrend. Before there was an uptrend, and it looks like it's going to change again, and then change the TDI indicator settings. I'm going to show you very quick as an example. Don't get stuck with these settings. Try them on your chart, on your time frame, and as we can see now, it better reflects the trend. The TDI yellow line better reflects the trend that the price formed on the chart. Obviously now we have a downtrend, so we should focus on the selling until this moment right here, according to the TDI indicator, when the price looks like it's gonna rise. Obviously we don't know for sure what will happen, but the TDI indicator will give you a clue that it could rise and the trend could change again as it did before. Now, since we have established the trend and how to find it, let's see how to or when to enter the trades. And for that we have to use the various signals from the green and the red lines, the signal and the main line, also the intersections of these lines with each other, and the blue and the yellow lines. I have done very fast. I have closed some trades, open and close some trades in the strategy tester using an expert advisor, a TDI expert advisor called RobotFX TDI, simply like that. And you can download this for free. It is free to download if you want to trade on your demo accounts from the robotfx.org website, so RobotFX Expert Advisor. Go ahead and download it if you wish. It also includes the TDI indicator that I'm talking about in this video. And if you decide to further watch this video, I'll also show you a coupon that will make this purchase, whenever you will want to purchase the TDI Expert Advisor, 10% cheaper. Now, let's go back to the chart and see how the Expert Advisor the indicator can be used to spot the entries and the exits of the trade. So I'm going to give you 4 of the most common ways to spot entries using the TDI Expert Advisor. First of all, and this is probably the most known one, is the intersection between the green and the red lines. That happens, let me draw an entry point. That happened right here, first one. And that can be used as an entry for a trade. In this example, obviously there's a downtrend, and the expert advisor or the trader should sell. So we have a trade right here, another sell entry right here, again when the green crossed the red line from upwards to downwards, from up to down, and then another one right here happened. You might not see it very well, but the green line crossed above the red line a little and then dropped down, not under it, and another one, and so on. So the idea is to sell when the green is crossing the red from upwards to downward, and buy obviously when it rises up from under the red line. And these trades were closed according to the expert advisor setting that I have chosen. Were also closed when the green crossed backwards. So that happened here. Okay, I'm not going to draw any more lines. That happened here. It happened here for this trade. And for these two, the last two trades, the most profitable ones, is happened right here. So we open trades based on the green-red intersection. And I'll make a small note right here. If you're wondering why the first trade didn't close here when it should have, that is simply because I have used, like I said, the expert advisor in the strategy tester, and the expert advisor has a nice feature that is called minimum profit, that if it's enabled in the expert advisor, it will not close if this profit has not been reached. Basically, we didn't want trades to close too soon, so that's why this has been implemented. And this is the first and the most known way to trade using the TDI indicator. Another trading signal that can be very profitable is the intersection between the green and the yellow line, basically the green and the signal and the trend line, and that happened right here. Is the same thing as before. Trading with the trend, the green must drop under the yellow line from from up to down, obviously, to open a sell trade, and vice versa for buys. So that happened here. That happened here again. It dropped a little under the yellow. Happen again here, and all these trades were closed this area, and I had the same settings applied. They were not allowed to close until the minimum profit has been reached, and the minimum profit was the same. I didn't change it, was set to 5 cents. Here it is, and that's why these trades were not closed earlier, because they would have been closed in a loss and not in profit. So this would be the second signal. A third signal that traders like to use is the green slope. The green slope basically means if the green line is rising, the expert advisor will enter a trade, a sell, when the green line will start falling again. So that happened here. Look at the green line angle. First is rising and then drops, and this is a sell signal. Happen again here, somewhere there, and one more here. And you are probably wondering now why the expert advisor didn't open more trades here, because it looks like the green line, it's drawing this zigzag up down. So another signal would have been here, another one here, and so on. And that is true. However, the expert advisor has another useful feature, and that is a restriction to open the next trade based on the number of bars or the candles between them. And here it is. With these settings, it was set to 5. That means that if this trade was opened here, the next trade would have been allowed to open only if at least 5 candles or 5 bars would have been passed before the opening of the first one. Again, that is because we don't want too many trades in a too short amount of time. The trend could simply reverse and go up from this point, and then we'll have, I don't know, 10 losing trades open. So this is the limit, and it's a good idea that we have implemented it just to improve trading with the TDI expert advisor. And all 3 of these trades were closed on the same signal when the green line changed its slope, and then another one opened, and so on. And there's another trade signal. This is when the green line crosses the volatility bands from upwards inside it. So let me just draw the vertical line first. So right here, trading with the trend, we are selling, we are trading in downtrend. Whenever the green line rises above the price channel, rises above the upper volatility band, and then drops back into the price channel, there is basically a trend continuation. And that means we can enter a sell, as the expert advisor did right here, and then it closed this trade here. And then the next signals happened, one here and one here. I'm drawing the vertical lines to better spot where, and there's a last one here when I close the tester. I don't need to run it to many trades to explain this. So the green line crossed inside the price channel, dropped inside the price channel in downtrend. This is a sell signal right here. And the second time it happened here. And then both trades closed in here when the line dropped under the channel and then up or back again inside it. And all of these were profitable trades, but again, feel free to download the Expert Advisor from the RobotFX or website and try it yourself. And if so far you have liked and have enjoyed the video and you have learned something, as promised, I'm also going to reveal you the coupon if you decide to purchase the Expert Advisor. If not, please do mind that the indicator is in the same package, so just download the free version. The indicator is free forever, and the coupon will be YTVideo10, and this will give you a 10% discount, hopefully making your purchase lighter. Now, I will start explaining the Expert Advisor settings and what the Expert Advisor can do extra and how it can improve trading with the TDI following the TDI indicator signals. Before I start explaining the Expert Advisor settings and give you an idea as why using the RobotFX TDI EA is better than any other manual trading method or other EAs, please mind that these settings are also explained on the Expert Advisor's page. There are also other videos that I suggest you watch and some charts explaining again when to enter a trade using the TDI strategy. Now let's go back to the chart and open the settings. It starts with your email, but only if you are a client or if you are trading this on a live account, which is the same way basically. So if you are using the Expert Advisor that you have downloaded from our website for free, you don't need to enter anything here. Otherwise, it will be your email, but that you probably know if you are our client. Now, the Expert Advisor comes with a filter for days and for times, trading sessions. And it basically allows the Expert Advisor to restrict or allow trading in different days. So if you don't want the Expert Advisor to trade on Friday, possibly because of the high volatility, just set Friday to false. If you don't want to trade on non-farm payroll Friday, again set it to false. There is even the option to disable trading for the Thursday before NFP, set it to false. Restricting trades during Christmas holiday can be useful for some trades, and for that purpose, set Christmas holidays to false and enter the Christmas holiday start date, depending on whatever date you want or you decide the Christmas holiday will start. So if you enter, for example, 23, then the Expert Advisor will stop trading from the 23rd of December until the end of the year. And if you want to extend that for next year for a couple of days, disable trading during New Year's holidays and enter the last day of the holiday. The last day the Expert Advisor will not be the Expert Advisor will not be allowed to trade. In this example is the 5th of January. If you change it to 7, obviously the Expert Advisor will be restricted to trade until 7th of January, starting from 23rd December previous year. Now, there is the option to set the GMT offset, and this one should be left to true by default if you are trading normally, and you should have absolutely no issues with that. However, you must set it the manual GMT, and this is the difference between the GMT time and your broker's time server. Obviously, if there is a negative value, you have to enter the minus negative sign here. Otherwise, if this is a positive value and the difference in time gives a positive number, just enter the number as it is the difference in hours without the plus sign. And both of these are used for the trading sessions. So if you use the trading sessions, pay attention to this, leave it to true. And if you use the trading sessions in the strategy tester, then find the difference between the GMT time, Greenwich time, and your broker's time, and enter the difference here. Now, the trading session allows the trader to restrict trading during specific sessions, like for example the Tokyo session, the London session, or the New York session, and so on, because basically regardless of the name you can enter any starting times and finish times for any of these sessions. For example, if you don't want to trade the Tokyo session, okay, if you want to trade only the New York session, let's set trade New York session to true, disable the other ones, and enter the New York session starting time and ending time. And maybe you want to trade only the first 2 hours of the New York session, then you set the starting time, and the 2 hours later it will be 2 o'clock. And this is it about the trading filter, the times and day filter. Next we will focus on the lot size and money management. Okay, next in the settings we have the lot size management. There's the possibility to enable or disable the types of trades. So obviously if you don't want the expert advisor to open any buys, you will have to set buy trades to false and leave only sell trades to true. And with this setting, the expert advisor will ignore any buy signals. Now there's the option to limit the expert advisor for opening too many trades by setting the maximum orders to any number of trades that you want the expert advisor to have opened at the same time on the same chart. So setting this to 3, it means that as soon as 3 orders open orders will be on this chart, the expert advisor will ignore all the other trading signals. And by setting the open next trade, which is in bars or in candles, to 5, basically it means that the expert advisor will open a next trade whenever there is a trading signal, only if the distance between that signal and the previously open trade is at least 5 candles, 5 bars. Basically, we don't want the expert advisor to open too many trades in a too short period of time. We can set the lot size as we wish, of course, and by enabling the money management, which in this example is true, the lot size will become the percentage of the free equity. So you probably want it to be lower. Now depends on your equity and your free margin. Sorry, I said free equity. Depends on how much money you have in your account and how much money you are willing to risk on a trade. For beginners, I really suggest don't use the money management, use the minimum lot size. Of course, there's a possibility to set the stop loss and the take profit, and the slippage are values in pips that are self-explanatory. I think everyone knows that. And the minimum profit, which in this example is set to 0.05, which is 5 cents. This is account currency, by the way, and I have talked about it. It applies to this setting right here. I will talk about these various ways to close open trades, close at various signals, and there's the option to set close at, which applies to all these criteria. Obeys the minimum profit, set to true. That means that the expert advisor will close the open trades only if they will have achieved a minimum profit, set at least a minimum profit of 5 cents as per these settings. The next part of the settings 2, refers to a moving average that can be used as a trend detector. And by the way, it doesn't need to be attached on the chart. So if you want to use a moving average as a trend detector, enter its settings here. Basically, if the price is above the moving average, the expert advisor will consider an uptrend, and if the price is below the moving average, it will consider a downtrend and trade accordingly. And don't forget to change the determined by trend from whatever it is here to moving average indicator as it is right now. Beside the trend detector and basically the trade entries and exit, the expert advisor also comes with a confirmation. And this can be very useful to detect fake signals and to filter them out. And The settings for this, the options are stochastic or the swing zone price position or no confirmation. The settings for this are up in the settings for area. We have divided them in parts to better explain and for the trader to better understand them. So basically what it means that the expert advisor will use the stochastic indicator, the one that comes with the MetaTrader, and it doesn't need to be attached on the chart, by the way. Well, it has these settings by default. It will use this indicator to allow a trade to be open or not, and it will open cells only if the stochastic is in the overbought, the stochastic signal is in the overbought area. It will open buys only if it is in the oversold area. So determine the levels, find the stochastic settings, and if you want to use it, make sure it is selected in the confirm entry buy. And the other option, and now I'm explaining setting 6 as well, the other option is the swing zone price position that is displayed on the chart. And for that we have two settings, the swing zone bars and the pips away from the last swing. You'll find this filter in other Forex expert advisors as well, because it's very reliable. And the first zone is in bars or candles, the other is in pips. You can disable it completely by setting it to 0 or just don't use it. It has the same effect. And to explain it, it means that, remember the numbers 48, 30, it means that the expert advisor will draw these parallel lines called the swing zone, high and low, starting from the current candle and counting back 48 candles. So for this period of time, it will draw a price channel between the highest high and the lowest low that the price will make. And if we will have a sell signal right now, the expert advisor will ignore it, because right now the price, it is not at least 30 pips away from the swing zone low level. So the price should be at least 30 pips away, which is somewhere here in this area, for the expert advisor to validate sell entry. An opposite for buy, at least 30 pips away from the upper side of the upper level of the swing zone. Basically because we don't want to enter a sell after the big move has already expired. So you don't want to sell here. What you want to do is for the price to reverse a little high and create the other swing down and enter the sell somewhere here. Also, you most likely don't want to enter a sell here, don't want to enter a sell here, as well as you don't want to enter a buy here on top, and you don't want to enter a buy here. Actually, it's quite the opposite. So this is why the swing zone confirmation makes a good job. Also, the stochastic, now it depends on the trader's preferences, whichever they decide if they want to choose and to use. If not, just set no confirmation to confirm entry by no confirmation. In this case, the expert advisor will open more trades, but some of them might be fake signals. The next settings refers to finally the TDI settings, and I will not go through this and explain the TDI method. I have already explained how to use it. So I have to say though that the expert advisor does not need the TDI indicator on the chart. So basically, once you find the TDI best settings, you can simply delete it from the chart, and the expert advisor will find it and will use it in the MetaTrader folder. And it does that by searching for the expert advisor names, which is RobotFX-TDI-Indy. And make sure you don't change this name, because if you add any other characters or delete them, the expert advisor will not find our indicator. Then we have the settings 6 that are about the trend and the confirmation. We already talked about the confirmation. We can confirm valid signal by stochastic or the swing zone. and we can use as a trend detector if you don't want to use the TDI yellow slope, which is basically the trading strategy, the TDI trading strategy. You can also use the price position regarding to the moving average that we talked about previously, or the TDI green-yellow position, which basically means that if the green is above the yellow line, then the expert advisor will consider this to be an uptrend. And if the green is below the yellow line, the expert advisor will consider this to be a downtrend, and it will obviously open only sells. It is up to the trader to decide how they want to determine the trend. And if you don't want to determine that, if you don't want to use a trend detector at all, just set this to no trend, and then the expert advisor will open trades only according to the trading signals that are under settings 10, the entry. About the entry, I have already discussed about it, and I've showed you the charts in the strategy tester. So basically, the trader can enable one or more or all of the entry signals, the red-green cross, green-yellow, green-blue, and so on, green slope, and even trading by the moving average that we have described right here, moving average signal indicator. And the exits are basically almost the same thing. The trader can close a trade or a basket of trades depending on only one closing signal, exit condition, or all of them, as it is in this chart, in this example. And there is also the possibility to close at opposite signals if set to true, and to close depending on the stochastics over positions. So if you are selling and then it's oversold, the expert advisor will close it, will close the trade. If you are buying and then the stochastic is in overbought, expert advisor will close that trade. Again, the settings for the stochastics are the same that you enter right here. There's also the possibility to close trades at the same, if the same signal occurs. Might be useful for some trading styles, and to instruct the expert advisor to close trades only if their profit reached minimum profit. That again, with our setting is set to 5 cents. And also, if the expert advisor is allowed to close baskets of opposite trades at minimum profit or not. And this is very useful if you want the expert advisor to close, well, if you have opposite trades, buys and sells on the same chart, like for example on the trend changes, there is a consolidation zone, or I don't know, you probably want the expert advisor to close those baskets of trades, of opposite trades, and focus on the next trend, and then the expert advisor will do just so. Regarding the loss managers, traders can use martingale to recover their losses by setting retry martingale to, well, any number they are allowed to risk. Let's say 2. We instruct the expert advisor to martingale, which is having the multiplier set to true, double the lot size for the next trade if there are maximum 2 losses previously. After that, the expert advisor will continue and will resume trading with the lot size chosen above in the lot size section. So doing that, we are limiting the martingale and we are making it safer. If you'd like to know my favorite martingale style, it's to try it only one time. So I do use martingale one time and I do no more than double. And that for me works, but I'm not advertising it. It depends on the trading style. Finally, we have the trader's comment, and that applies to every trade that the expert advisor will open. So it will help you monitor the trade. For example, you might want to enter Euro USD TDI on H1, and that you will know when you find a trade in the history, the trades in the history, all of them that will have this comment will be the trades open on the Euro USD chart by this TDI expert advisor, whatever comment you decide to enter right here. The magic number It's not basically needed if you, it's not really needed if you use the expert advisor on a single chart of the same kind. So if you are a Euro GBP chart, Euro pound chart, and you attach the you attach the expert advisor only on one Euro pound chart, then you will not need to change it. Obviously, you have to change the major number and make it different if you attach the same expert advisor on the same chart, similar chart multiple times. That being said, also you can use the major number if you maybe want other expert advisor to monitor trades opened by the TDI, such as I don't know, a trailing stop. I'm just giving you ideas. If you set it to -1, then the expert advisor will not place a magic number for this trade, and it will be as either be open manually, which again doesn't affect the expert advisor functionality if you attach it only one single chart of this type. There's the possibility to enable or disable the chart info, and this refers to the information about trading and brokers limitation, trailing stop, balance, equity, and so on. If you find that annoying or if you think it takes too much space and it covers what's happening on the chart, just set it to false and all the comments are gone, leaving the chart empty. And finally, the last setting is for full logs that should be disabled. However, if you think that something is wrong and there are some errors, I'm just saying nobody sent us the full logs until now, so everything is working just fine. But if there are some issues, enable the full logs for a short period of time, and if that issue happens again, send us those logs. You will find them in the MetaTrader chart window right here under experts or journal better. And this is it. These are all the settings about the TDI expert advisor. I hope you understood all of them. Again, these are explained on the TDI expert advisor page as well on the robotfx.org website. If there is something that you didn't understand, make sure you send us a message, or better, use the email link right here in the footer of the website, and we will be happy to answer you. Until then, download the free copy, try it on your demo account, and tell us what you think. I will now try the expert advisor strategy tester, and I have set it to very conservative trading because I want to be safe. Feel free to pause the video if you want to check the settings yourselves. I have enabled it to trade 24/7 by enabling all trading days and disabling the trading sessions. These are the money management settings. I'm not going to use the moving average trend indicator or the signal, so we can ignore this. I'm also not using the stochastic. I am using the swing zone bars as a trade confirmation, swing zone price position, and that's 48 candles, 30 pips away. I have tweaked the TDI settings as it shows here to better reflect the price movements on the charts and the trend. And I am using the trend detector, the green line position relative to the yellow line, the trend line position. So green above yellow means there is an uptrend, the expert advisor will buy, and opposite will happen for sell. And as an entry, I'm going to use only one trading signal, so we can focus on only that and make it and see it clear. And this is the red-green cross, and I'll also use it as an exit, as long with the close trades at the opposite signal as an exit signal, and close at the same signal, the same. And do mind that all these close at will have to obey the minimum profit, which means the expert advisor will close the trades only if their profit will be at least, or profits, depending how many there are, will be at least $0.05. And this is it. I will martingale, but only one time by doubling the lot size if one trade will be lost. Let's see what the expert advisor is done. Before it will start, this is very conservative. There will be only a few number of trades. Obviously, if I wanted the expert advisor to open more trades, I would have enabled more trading signals. And also probably have to increase, or most likely increase, the maximum orders, and maybe get rid of the confirmation, the trade confirmation, but I want only a few very relative to how to trade using a trader's dynamic index strategy trades, and this is what will happen right now. and these are the test results. However, I have to say, don't get too impressed. I started from $1,000 account. Don't get too impressed by the results. Obviously, what's happening in the strategy tester will most likely not happen in real life, and that's simply because what happened on the chart this year will not happen exactly from the next year, and so on. So what you have to do is use the strategy tester to test functionality and find the approximate or the most appropriate settings, and after that tweak those settings according to what's happening on your trading chart at the current time. And once again, don't forget that you can download this expert advisor, and I hope that you have learned by watching this video how to trade using the trader's dynamic index strategy. And if you ever decide to automate this trading, go ahead and download it, and thank you for watching.